Houstonian Michael Horne is known as Mr. Cheesecake, selling larger-than-life cakes inspired by a variety of popular desserts, like banana pudding, tres leches, and strawberry shortcake. But for Michael and his wife Tawana, baking is a side hustle. Tawana works in business management. Michael works full-time as a pharmacy tech. And in 2017, after months of trial and error and plenty of notes from his toughest critic, Michael's wife, one cheesecake recipe changed everything. Michael had found the perfect balance. The hobby quickly spread by word of mouth until the Hornes were baking for customers all over town, including politicians like the late Mayor Sylvester Turner and Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee. Then the pandemic hit, and the baking business really took off. Soon, the Hornes were serving Houstonians with delivery services like DoorDash, and they were winning awards. Today, they have a storefront and a business that continues to grow. For Michael and Tawana, it is proof that it's never too late to take a chance and build something you love.
Okay, amen to that. Michael and Tawana Horne join us now in studio. We're going to learn some of your expert tips here. I have so many questions, and I think this is incredible. To be clear, Tawana, you still work in business management in this business, but you left your last job. And this is something, it seems like you've both kind of found a rhythm. Tawana, you handle the business side of things. Michael, you're making the cheesecakes.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
And how did you arrive at this? Because it's one thing to have an idea, it's another thing to actually work together and create a successful money-making business.
Yes. For me, it was him creating something that he had no background in. So it was just because he wanted to try a different type of cheesecake and he couldn't find a good fit. So once I realized that like his hobby was actually making money, like people really wanted these cheesecakes, I'm like, hey, let's really see if we can put some brains behind this and really make some money. And then it began to really grow. So then I said, hey, if you can handle the kitchen, let me handle the marketing, let me handle the money management. Getting him to recognize and understand that this is no longer a small business. Now we're getting into DoorDash. Now we're doing things that other businesses aren't doing. So it made it a good balance. It made it a really good balance.
Michael, she's very smart. You're very lucky to have her behind you, but you're also very passionate about the cheesecake recipes. Tell me what it took. I mean, you had to kind of become obsessed with this. What was your process in creating what you believe to be the perfect cheesecake?
It's so hard to find a decent cheesecake. So that's what led me to this. And then everybody's crust, for the most part, tastes the same. So I wanted something that'll give it a spark. So today I'm going to teach you how to make my famous cheesecake crust.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just going to ask about the trial and error part. So in this piece that Giovanna produced, we learned that you were the taste tester, Tawana. Michael, you would try a new recipe, you would taste it, and then there would be a feedback system?
Yes, so of course, when I make different flavors, I have a variety of cheesecake flavors, but as I would make it, I would just get people to try it as well. So, everybody loves free cheesecake.
How do we get on that taste testing committee?
We need to make that our side hustle.
And it wasn't just the taste, because the taste was on point, but I'm like, this doesn't look appealing. Ooh. Like trying to get him to ice the cake, because not only is it a one-layer New York style cheesecakes, we have a 5-layer signature cake. So the icing on it needs to be pristine. So I'm like, hey, that's not good enough. Hey, that's not good enough. So it was a lot of I was bossing this man.
She's quality control as well.
Giving him the business.
But you're right. How often do we see, a homemade cheesecake and it's like doesn't look good, but you're like, oh, it tastes good. You were really focused on making this presentable.
Yes.
Because you eat with your eyes.
It's true.
So before you even taste it, you see it.
Yes.
And that's what get people, because as soon as they see the cake, they're like, oh, that looks nice. But once it's cut and they see the different layers, it's sold.
Well, Michael, even in watching that, I can tell you care about your customers, thanking them. Hey, everyone has a budget that they're trying to stick to, so you're thankful for them. And we're thankful for you showing us kind of your behind the scenes. A lot of people are gatekeeping. You're telling us how to do this. So what do we have to do here?
All right, so first what you would do, you'll grab all your ingredients.
Okay.
So you'll need your graham cracker crust. Mm-hmm. You'll need ginger snap cookies. You're getting a cup worth of both. So your ginger snap and your graham cracker, a cup worth. You'll need a stick of unsalted butter, 9-inch baking pan, springform pan.
Okay.
And as well as a baker sheet. That way your crust doesn't stick to the pan and it comes out perfect.
On the spring form, for people who don't know, that little clasp unclamps,
it unclamps.
and the side slides off the bottom, right?
And it'll come right out.
Okay.
And your cheesecake will be unfazed.
I'm mixing these together?
We'll mix those together,
Okay.
but also you need flour spray as well. That way it doesn't stick. Because
Okay.
without that, your crust will end up sticking to the pan, and then you'll be like, I have a great cheesecake, but my crust is all on the pan.
Inside of a pan.
An important point too, the flour spray is different than an oil spray.
Yes,
For
it is
bakers, it has to have
You
the
can
flour
put
in
that
it.
all in. Yes.
Okay, so the ginger snap crumbs and the graham crackers, and people can just crush it up with a rolling pin or something?
I use a food processor to
Okay.
crush it up.
Okay.
And then you'll mix that till it's uniform, so
Mix,
get
mix,
everything.
mix.
Oh, yes, definitely.
And then you have some melted butter over here, Michael.
Indeed. So you can pour that in.
Go ahead, Derek.
How much butter is in here?
That's a stick of butter.
Okay, there you go.
That's a stick of butter. And so what I usually do is, and if you want, I can
Go
do
ahead.
this part.
Oh, absolutely.
I usually fold this in, and that way every crumb gets mixed evenly.
Oh.
There you go.
Fold it in.
So a
Oh.
folding action.
You do
Indeed.
this all the time. Let me try. Let me do it. You see, she doesn't go in the kitchen and you don't go
Yeah.
in the office. That's
Right,
their rule.
right. So I will spray this. That way the pan is sprayed nice and evenly.
And you have a
coated.
pre-cut round piece of parchment in the bottom there. Is
Yes,
that
I
right?
do. And that way it covers the
Smells
bottom, and the crust will actually stick to the paper, but it won't stick to the pan. So when you pop it out, it's easy to peel off.
I
Got
only
it.
spilt a little. Can you smell this?
And that is the best smell. Once
That is-
it's baked, this is my favorite smell. Of
Okay.
The ginger snap adds a nice little hint of what, spice? Cardamom,
yes.
cinnamon maybe? In it?
Ginger.
It's
Ginger. There you go. Okay, so
And-
as Michael is putting that in, we have about a minute left. So I know we got express time here on live TV, but ultimately, when you've pressed it into the pan here, Michael, this is what it looks like. And here we go. That is what it looks like. And you're going up, what, about halfway on the edges?
And I do. I push this down in the bottom. I use my hands that way I can actually feel, because I like to feel it.
Just the thickness of
Just
the crust?
the thickness of the crust. And if you want it thicker, you can use a little bit more than just a cup of each. You can do probably about a cup and a half if you like your crust real thick. And then I just press it against the side just a little bit.
Great. When it comes to the filling, that's down by Tawana. What you got on the filling? And by the way, these recipes will be on our website, HoustonLife.tv, later this afternoon if
Yes.
people want to follow along at home.
And then once it's baked, once it's done, you'll put this in the oven. You'll preheat your oven, 300 degrees. And once it's baked, this is how it will come out. So then this is ready for your cheesecake. And after that, I just pour that in.
And the cheesecake filling, I feel like one of the reasons why this is such a delicious dessert is you're using very simple ingredients like graham crackers, like butter, like ginger snaps, and what, cream cheese in the filling?
And cream cheese in the filling, yes.
It looks, it smells so amazing. Do you think we could taste some of these? Tell us about some of these flavors over here. We're running out of time, and I'm just worried we're not going to be able to taste it, Derek. I'm
Is this a
very-
red velvet cheesecake here?
Look at that.
That is my red velvet Oreo cheesecake.
Yum. That
Okay,
looks
I'll go for
amazing.
this one.
Okay.
This one is my strawberry.
So essentially, you created
beautiful.
these cheesecakes based on very popular desserts that we all know and love, like red velvet, like banana pudding.
Exactly. So a lot of the flavors come from like my childhood memory of different things that I like, whether it be ice cream, cake. So the red velvet Oreo, that one there was actually one from a customer request.
Wow.
And became one of my top sellers.
I can see why.
And it's beautiful, Tawana. So it visually is beautiful. You got him to do it perfectly.
Listen, this is a very frustrating segment because we are out of time, and I want to try every single thing. But in the meantime, Michael, Tawana Horne, thanks so much. Congrats on your business.
Thank you very
so
much. Thank you for having us. You can definitely find us on DoorDash, Sweet Tooth Cheesecakes, as well as Instagram and TikTok. Sweet
There you
Tooth
go.
Cheesecakes.
Okay,
so
Sweet Tooth Cheesecakes. Look them up, and please come back and visit us anytime.